The man suddenly noticed something heartbreaking. His young daughter had been drawing a picture of a mom on the floor every day, curling up inside the outline, whispering, "Now I finally have a mom to hold me while I sleep." Hearing this crushed him. Trying to hide his pain, he gently told her to get up so she wouldn't catch a cold. But the girl shook her head, insisting, "My classmates all say sleeping in a mom's arms is the warmest feeling in the world." Then she asked innocently, "Does my brother get to sleep in mommy's arms every night too?" Before he could answer, the man suddenly collapsed. At the hospital, doctors told him the artificial heart he'd been living with had reached the end of its lifespan. 5 years earlier, his wife had been pregnant with twins and suffering from a life-threatening heart condition. Faced with an emergency delivery and almost no time to think, the man had made a desperate decision to give up his own heart for hers. After all, she had given up a life of luxury as the daughter of a wealthy family just to be with him, a man so poor he'd spent months saving for an engagement ring. Her wealthy parents rushed to the hospital. Her mother, who never approved of the man, refused to acknowledge him as family. But once they learned his heart was a perfect match for their daughter, they made a cold proposition. They would give him an artificial heart in exchange for his real one. They would take the boy twin and raise him, telling the girl that her father had died and he was never to appear in their lives again. Without hesitation, the man entered the operating room. As he was wheeled in, the ring he'd given his wife fell to the floor. When the woman finally woke up, her first words were for him, but her mother lied, saying he had died saving her and their son. She also told her the baby girl didn't survive. Devastated, the woman ran to the door, hoping for a glimpse of her husband, but he was gone. All that remained was the ring on the floor. In the years that followed, she raised their son alone and regularly visited the graves of her husband and daughter, mourning both losses deeply. Meanwhile, the man was quietly raising their daughter, doing his best to provide for her. But now, his heart was failing again. He desperately needed surgery, and fast. Glancing at his daughter's innocent face, he silently signaled the doctor to keep the truth from her. The moment they arrived home from the hospital, he collapsed. The surgery was urgent and expensive. His daughter emptied her piggy bank, offering every coin she had, but it wasn't nearly enough. Their kind-hearted neighbors chipped in, moved by their story. But the doctor warned, the money would only keep him alive for 3 more days. They needed much more. Determined to save her father, the little girl promised to do whatever it took. In the sweltering heat, she collected discarded bottles for recycling, but even that wasn't enough. Remembering how beggars sometimes got help from strangers, she made a choice. Despite everything her father had taught her about earning with dignity, she knelt on the street with a sign, choosing her father's life over pride. Passers-by were moved by the sight and began to donate. Exhausted at the end of the day, she fell asleep clutching her drawing of her mom. Meanwhile, the boy's mother, who had long been suffering from heart pain, went to the hospital for a checkup. Before the appointment, she handed her son the treasured ring to keep safe. But her own mother, eager to sever any remaining emotional ties, tricked her into handing over the ring, then tossed it in a bin outside. Coincidentally, the little girl collecting trash spotted the ring. She recognized its value and thought she could use it to help pay for her father's surgery. Later, the woman realized her ring was missing. Her assistant discovered the girl had picked it up, and she rushed to the hospital. Inside the girl's hospital room, her brother tried to snatch the ring, but the girl clutched it fiercely, even biting him to keep it safe. The woman scolded her, calling her rude. The girl, teary-eyed, simply whispered, "I only have Mother Earth. She's the only mom I know." When she refused to give up the ring, the woman forcefully took it from her. Suddenly, the man's heart monitor began to beep erratically. He started coughing violently, and when he turned his face toward them, the woman froze. It was him, the man she had mourned for 5 years, her husband.